Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. I'm Nick Park, and as I've been driving around the country, I've noticed, particularly in a lot of country roads, some weird looking speed limit signs. You see the ordinary speed limit sign with whatever it is, 80 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour, whatever, and then you see another speed limit sign just behind it, and you can't read what the speed limit is on that sign because it's covered up with grey paint. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this as you've been driving around. Well, of course, the reason for this is that there are new speed limits being introduced on a lot of Irish roads, and so the speed limits are going to be reduced. So, for example, many roads where the speed limit has been 100 kilometers an hour or 100 kilometers an hour, that's about 60 miles an hour, it's being reduced to 80 kilometers or 50 miles per hour. And even in some urban areas now, speed limit is going to be reduced from the old 50 kilometers an hour to 30 kilometers an hour. Now, 50 kilometers an hour is 30 miles per hour, so 30 kilometers an hour is like really slow. I mean, you could almost run as fast. Well, if you're an Olympic athlete, you could run as fast as that. So these speed limits are being reduced. Now, the reason why they're covered with grey paint is because they haven't been introduced yet, but they're getting all the signs in place. And it's going to happen on a phased basis, rolling out in different places as from this month. So the reason for this apparently is it's to reduce road deaths. And look, there's too many people do die on the roads in accidents, and anything that will actually reduce road deaths, I think should certainly be applauded. However, I wonder if they will have this effect. And the reason why I'm saying that is because people who are law-abiding, we will reduce our speeds according to the new speed limits. But a lot of the deaths on our roads are not caused by the people who are law-abiding. They're caused by the people who break the speed limits anyway. They're caused by the people who drink when they're drink and drive. They're caused by people who take drugs and drive. They're caused by people who steal cars and go joyriding. And so I wonder just how much of these new reduced speed limits is going to make those of us who are already driving carefully drive slower, whereas the people who are actually causing the deaths on the roads will keep on driving the way they are. You see, there are people who are scofflaws. That means they basically delight in breaking the law. So they don't care what the speed limit says. They're going to break it anyway. So they're not particularly bothered if they're breaking a speed limit of 80 kilometers an hour or a speed limit of 100 kilometers an hour. Now, we, of course, as Christians, are supposed to be law-abiding. We're supposed to abide by the rules of the road. We're supposed to abide by the laws of the nation in which we live. Now, there are limits to that, of course. There are certain limits, where, for example, if a state is attempting to persecute the church by trying to stop us from telling people about Jesus, or trying to stop us reading the Bible, for example, or trying to stop us practicing our faith, then obviously that becomes an issue where there may be occasions where Christians are justified in breaking a law. But that doesn't apply to speed limit laws, let's be honest. And so we as Christians should abide by the speed limits. But there will be those that won't. The people who don't bother with it anyway. The people who are lawless. Now, it may be that I'm wrong. It may be that these new speed limits will save lives, and if they do, then you know what, the inconvenience of me having to drive a bit slower, I'm fine with that if it saves lives. And if I'm proved wrong on this, I see the number of road deaths going down, no one will be more delighted than me. However, I'm saying all of this to say that some people will not be changed by the changes in speed limits. They will continue to drive just the same. Because for a lot of people, the problems that take place, including deaths on our roads caused by people's bad driving, are not something that can be fixed by laws. Now, our legislators have an obligation to try to make the roads as safe as possible to protect all of us, but ultimately you cannot change people's behaviour just by laws. You have to change their hearts. And that's where the gospel of Jesus Christ is so powerful. Sometimes Christians have misrepresented our faith, and it's like telling people, here's the rules to live by. But it's not just a set of rules to live by. It's a power to change our hearts so we can live a new life for Jesus Christ. And that, the power of Jesus changing our lives, the new birth, makes a change that no law can ever make in our lives. God bless you today. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.